IVM.
Sometimes it feels like all the weight of the world is fallen onto my shoulders, and it usually happens on my downtime while I'm enjoying a nice game of cricket. It's like my family realizes that I'm watching cricket and they just rush to ruin it for me then. My mom will come in ranting about some problem with the neighbors. My wife will come in shouting about how we need to redo our kitchen, plus also some problem with the neighbors. And my daughter will come in angry at me because the color of the new car we bought is not what she had wanted, which is apparently the biggest crime a father can commit. Plus, of course, some problem with the neighbors. If only things could be just the same, even if something were to happen to me. Unless www.hdfclife.com, select, done. Things aren't so bad after all. Live calm. With HDFC Life, click to protect life. The Life Protect option protects your family from financial uncertainty. Visit hdfclife.com to know more and for terms and conditions.
When I was thinking about what more can I say about relationships, what more can I share that will be helpful? And this happens to me because I've been recording this podcast now for, I think, 3 years. And I think we have about 200 or more episodes. Yes, the podcast used to be called Positively Unlimited. And we recently rebranded it. And now it is called Say No to Drama. But that's not what this episode is about. I was thinking about what I should talk about. And one of the things that came up to me, one of the things that my producer told me was, a lot of us find it really, really scary and overwhelming to fall in love again. There is this sense of my heart has been broken and it will stay broken for life. And there is this other sense when you're in a bad relationship that if I get out, oh my God, I'll never find love again. But there is also this overwhelming sense if you have been single for a while, oh my God, I have to put myself out there again. Hi, I'm Chetna, your favorite positive action coach. And as I said before, this podcast is now called Say No to Drama. Well, it's not so much of drama that I'm talking about in today's episode, but rather something that we all feel. Yes, stepping back out into the dating world can feel very overwhelming and sometimes it is intimidating. It is intimidating because you're older and you're looking at younger people meeting each other, having fun, getting married, etc. You are very aware that you're not 20 anymore and you don't have the kind of risk appetite that you had in your 20s. You're also kind of jaded because of the bad relationships that you may have had or even the good relationships that did not work. And some of us are jaded because we've been single for long enough and have gone on so many dates and have gone through so many disappointments that we're just wondering what's the point of it all. But if there's one thing that I'll tell you today, and this is something that I want you to just hold on to for a second, is that it is fully possible for you to fall in love again. You can and you will fall in love again as long as you want it. And it is okay and it will be beautiful. For a lot of us, if it's not going to last forever, then it's not a good relationship and it's not beautiful. The idea that a relationship and a commitment and a marriage should last forever is what makes breakups such a difficult thing as well. It's not the only thing, but it is one of the things. Truth number one for today, forever is an illusion. I mean, our life itself has an expiry date on it. How then can a love last forever? There are enough of us who don't believe in an afterlife. There are enough of us who don't know what the afterlife looks like. How then does a love last forever? When you say forever, you mean all of this lifetime. And let me just say this. There is some of us who will find a love that will be beautiful for some time of this lifetime. And for the rest of it, it will be a nightmare. Yes, it happens. For most of us, when we look at our parents, we can see the nightmare. Yes, that generation has lived very tough relationships. And there are many of us who look at them and say, no, that's not the kind of relationship I want to have, ever. But having said this, let me plant a seed of a thought in your head. And not because this is the life you have to choose to live, but because I want you to know that that's a possibility and it's not a bad possibility. What if you have multiple relationships in one lifetime? What if you get married twice? What if you never get married, but you have relationships that last for 3 years and 4 years through your life? Why is that such a bad thing? Why is that such a scary thing? Is it really bad and scary because you don't think it's a good idea? Or because, according to you, your parents, society, and everybody will look at you and label you as not such nice names or not such nice words, or then look at you as a failure? Which one is louder? I was once asked by a friend, what happens if we never find anybody? And I looked at her and I said, so what? I'll still live a full life and I'll have multiple relationships over this lifetime. What's the big deal? I mean, it's one adventure after another. What happens if I look at it like that? And I know that when I'm saying this, many of y'all are thinking, wow, I wish I could think like that. She's so strong. This is so liberating. I get all of that. But I'm not saying it because of that. I'm also saying it because when I think about what I want to experience in a relationship, I know I don't want what a cliched relationship or a stereotypical relationship spells out. I don't want to have a child. I'm not inclined to get married, which means that the doors and windows are open for me to live many more experiences. You don't have to be like me. I'm not saying you need to be like me. But I am saying this. Take the pressure of forever and for a lifetime off. Allow your love life, whether you are single and trying to date and exploring, whether you are in a new relationship, whether you are in a long-term relationship and been with this person for a long time, or whether you are in a marriage. What will happen if you remove this whole, this has to be for a lifetime? Just remove that noise for a little bit. Allow yourself to park it aside for a bit and let yourself just experience the equation on a day-to-day basis. I understand that some of you are already feeling overwhelmed and intimidated and saying, we've had our heart broken and oh God, I've been divorced once and it was very painful and I don't want to go through all of that again. I understand all of that. I'm not taking any of it lightly when I tell you, just allow yourself to step into the dating space or to look for a relationship once again or to experience love in the current equation that you are in. One day at a time, for just a little bit. This does not mean that you don't get to tell your partner or whoever it is that you're meeting what you're looking for in the long term. But this means that you don't pressurize yourself or this other person to make your long-term vision happen. Also, you've been through a breakup. Maybe you've been through more. You've been through a divorce. You already know that sometimes it does not last. Why are you still chasing a guarantee because you want to avoid a certain type of pain? Love is a risk. A relationship with another person is a chance that you are taking. And no matter what guarantees you give each other in the beginning, in the long term, those guarantees may not stand true. And you know this. That's why you are in a space where you are looking at falling in love again. If you are in a space where you want to find love again, where you want to experience companionship, where you want to be out there experiencing romance and feeling those butterflies in your tummy once again, go slow. Yes, it is scary. Yes, the dating world has changed from when you were in a relationship. There are apps now to do this. When maybe you started dating when you met each other through a friend circle in college or school. There is a whole generation of us who saw the birth of the mobile phone. We were in college and we didn't have any phones. We had to use the PCO where you dropped a coin. Yes, that phone. There is a whole generation of us today in our 40s who are single. And yes, it is scary to be single or rather, no, it's not scary to be single, but it is scary to be out there dating because we are jaded and we have a lot of disappointment that we need to deal with. Unprocessed disappointment. But whatever your reason, take it slow. Embrace the change. Get on a dating app. Learn to look through the illusions that other people are creating. Become a little more careful in how you are assessing. But above all of these, please have fun. Finding love should always be a joyful experience. It should be an exciting and a fun experience. Why is it that we make it such a mission? Why is it that we make it into such a tedious thing? Why is it that the volume of a heartbreak and having to experience disappointment and pain is way louder than the excitement and joy of meeting somebody? Why is it that we all take rejection so harshly and that we are allowed to change our mind 40 times, but the other person should never change their mind? Think about falling in love again as an adventure. It is not a mission, and your life is not less if you don't have somebody. Sit with that last statement that I just said and allow yourself to slowly nudge yourself back into a space where you can start exploring, where you can start going on dates, where you can seek out love once again and experience it. If you want to listen to more episodes on relationships and how I think about the whole process or the whole idea of relationships and love life, and where I highlight mistakes that we're making or small things that we can change to make it better, you need to head on to the IVM Podcast app and website where all my previous episodes are there. And you can connect with us on Instagram and Twitter if you can't find them. Our handle is IVM Podcast. Also, if you want to connect with me to help you put yourself out there once again to fall in love again with yourself as well as with somebody else to build a beautiful relationship and experience the adventure, get in touch with me on Instagram. You can book a session with me. My handle is Positivity Angel.
Hi, I'm Rohan Joshi, and on my podcast, the show about crypto, I've been having some pretty cool conversations with industry experts about what exactly cryptocurrency is and what makes it so exciting. If you haven't already, please check it out on the IVM Podcasts Network. Now, a quick shout out to my fellow crypto heads. We've got a listener survey going on, which will take not more than 10 minutes of your time to fill out. So please check the link in the description and help me out by filling it up. Don't forget to tune into a show about crypto on the IVM app and wherever you get your podcasts from.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Storytellers and Storytellers, Vineet talks to acclaimed filmmaker Nikhil Advani about his latest web series, Rocket Boys. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam talks to Nitin Gupta, founder and CEO at Uni, about their new Pay One-Third card. On Ryan Organics, Sweta Subaya, founder of Sweat, bursts some pretty pervasive myths around fitness for women with Kunal. The Simplified hosts deconstruct all there is to artificial intelligence with AI practitioners Karthik and Shivam. And on All Things Policy, the Takshashila folk discuss evolving notions of warfare with the advent of digital technologies. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our others for that matter, please do tell a friend. Don't forget to rate us on any other platforms that you're listening to us, whether it's a rating, whether it's a review, it all helps. And do remember to check us out on YouTube. We have a number of channels. They're available on ivmpodcast.com/YouTube. And finally, I would like to thank our sponsors this week, Bank of Baroda, CoinSwitch, Kuber, and HDFC Life Insurance. Thank you so much for making this possible.